All right. What did I not ask you today that I should have asked you?
Oh, that's a good question.
What did I miss? Because I
Yeah.
didn't get into your whole American Adventure Sports Club or any of that kind of stuff. Or
Oh, well, if I could explain for a moment, here's sort of my journey. When I was using a walker, a service dog, and a full-time caregiver, and I had not left my house in 18 months, and the what happened to me was once it sort of set in that I'm so debilitated that I can't bathe myself, I can't cook for myself or dress myself, that I need a dog to help me to do laundry. You know how hard that is on your self-esteem when your dog is helping you do the laundry, know, that really
I'm,
wears on you. And it made me feel weak and vulnerable. And then I just couldn't leave my house anymore. So all of my healthcare was done by telehealth until I could get back out there. And so there came a time when I almost died. I hadn't been able to eat. And at my next doctor visit, they were thinking about putting me in the hospital. I could only tolerate small sips of clear broth and water for 6 weeks. And I was wasting away. My dog was looking at me like I was not going to live the next morning. And I wasn't afraid. I was more of like, well, I guess this is it. I wasn't like, oh, I'm really sick. Something's wrong. Take me to the emergency room. I just kind of, thank God for the life that I'd led and said, if I live one more day, if you give me one more day, I'm going to figure out why I'm so sick and tired. Because the healthcare system, or the sick care system, I like to call it, was failing me. And it's failing a lot of us. And I had to figure out why I was so sick. And once I did, the first thing that I wanted to do was get back outside, get back connected to nature. Because both my parents grew up on a farm. I spent a lot of time on my mom's family farm in Virginia, and I knew how healthy and vibrant I was when I was outdoors. So I started using archery, and this was actually a VA recommended physical therapy, archery, to help retrain my brain for anything that required focus, like memory and having this conversation, for example. Then I used whitewater kayaking to rebuild my body, and I needed to rebuild my entire body. And whitewater kayaking is a full body sport. So um, I used those two sports as recreational therapy, but then something else happened. It boosted my confidence. It helped me to become mentally strong again. It helped me to tap back into my warrior mentality, which I was born with. The army didn't have to make me a warrior. I was born one. I'm the youngest of 5 kids. And when my brother took my sword and said, you can't be a knight because you're a girl, you have to be a queen or a princess, I grabbed it from him, hit him in the solar plexus, and said, I can too be a princess and a knight because daddy said so. And he's going, and my mom is like, are we going to go out there and help him? He's 12 years older than me. So, I've always had that warrior mentality. But when I was really sick, I lost that sort of ability to fight back through anything. And so once I figured out the secret sauce to creating my new normal, I envisioned the very life that I'm living now. And it only took me 4 years to go from, I want to get out of this bed and not have to use this walker and, go across country and ride horseback in the Rocky Mountains, which I've done. And I want a whitewater kayak from 10,000 feet down to 6,000 feet, which I've done. And all of these things, and ice fish like grumpy old men, and all of those dreams that I had, and even living in a cabin in the woods, came to fruition because I took myself through the process of creating my new normal. And I dreamed a big life, but my life became even bigger than I imagined because I was so excited to talk about what I had done and what I'm accomplishing as an outdoors woman, that brands were like, you're so stoked about using our gear, we want you to represent us. And so my life blew up even bigger than I imagined. And in 1 year, in 2021, I think it was, 1,400 articles were written about me as an outdoors woman, which is pretty unheard of especially if you're not a professional whitewater kayaker or a professional angler.
Okay.